So it's 14 December 2008. Went to Covenant Church over on in Bloomington. I can't remember the exact name of it, but anyways, on Friday, well, I've been going to this other what do you call it? It's one second. Creekside Community Center has a free meal for the needy, and I guess I don't know if I consider myself needy, but I do find it a great place to meet people. So I try to go to these places now, and I met this guy named Lloyd, and so today I went. He told me to go to a church, so I went to this Covenant Church today in Bloomington. And saw him there, and anyways, his story is interesting. He's in World War II. He's a medic, and so, I mean, he's telling me this basically a miracle story. You know, bullets are flying. You have to watch Saving Private Ryan to understand what real war is like. That's a very real story. You know, it's quite graphic movie, but that's the reality of it. It is a chaos in some of these things that go on in war. And so he's telling me he basically eluded death a number of occasions. One time he said that a paratrooper came out of the sky, the German, and he had a bayonet, but he pointed to his cross, which means that he's a medic, and you're not supposed to. It's a kind of war rules. You're not supposed to harm a medic because they're not actually in battle. He never had to shoot anybody. But you know, if you meet a rogue German, I guess he would have been dead by now. But he respected that, so it's hard to imagine just oh boy. One second. He had it's easy. He's basically his life was saved there. It was kind of a miracle because he didn't find the wrong German. Okay, he found a few other Germans. He's got a big red cross on his helmet. I guess if he had it struck twice in his helmet, a bullet. So and evidently those people with the rifles, they can see that. So there are people that don't care about the rules. So in other words, he found, like I say, he could have run into the wrong German and had a bayonet put in his heart. So but then he's telling me if that's not enough that he's gotten shot in the helmet twice, and survived that. It's like bullets are just barely missing him. Then he tells me the following story. He's down attending to one of his wounded, and bullets are flying. Literally, 1 second. 15 bullets went up and down. He's hitting somebody backwards, and I guess bullets coming from behind. I think if I understood it right, come from behind, and is literally surrounding. It's piercing his pants, and yet missing his body. Now he did take one in the leg, and he got injured. But imagine 15 bullets. It's like a cartoon. I mean, it's like a Bugs Bunny cartoon in which Sylvester Sam is trying to kill bugs, and he's shooting right around them like a silhouette. I mean, any one of those 15 bullets could have taken his life. Holy cow, man! And I'm thinking, this guy's a miracle man, He definitely has somebody was looking out for him that day, and I guess maybe his destiny was, to be able to, one day be able to tell me his story. But I don't know if that's it or not. I just say that, God did not want him to die that day, those series of events. I'm sure there's other stories like that out there too. He can't be the only one. But another person, I think his name is Will. I'll correct it if I'm wrong later. But another he's a demolition specialist. He deactivates like mines in the sea. So he's underwater with 4 other guys, and a bomb goes. One of it detonates, and I guess through the way the explosion works, it implodes and then explodes, causes it causes eyeballs and ears to explode and come out. Anyways, the other 4 guys died. They were, I guess, shark bait, according to him. But somehow the boat above pulled him out. I'm guessing he was unconscious and stuff. I mean, his other four guys, died right away, and he somehow survives. And his eyes are fine. He did have a heart attack later on in life, which due to that injury, his right eyeball was no longer useful. So he gave that away for he donated to somebody that needed an eye. So he was able to help somebody out after his heart attack. But it's just interesting, evidently he was supposed to stick around too, because, like I said, the other 4 guys, they all died right. I mean, I'm trying to envision this thing. I mean, if we could just go back and take a video of some of this stuff, I mean, it would make Saving Private Ryan look like nothing. And some of that movie is hard to stomach. War is not a pretty picture. And like I say, those 2 guys, they were meant to stick around. Somebody was looking after them a little bit there. It's kind of what I'm trying to do with this protection bubble that I'm trying to market to the military. I'm trying to get some compensation for this thing, where ideally, even getting his eyeballs ruptured, and that would even be, my protection bubble would even prevent that. It would, I think, at least, I'm not sure. I'm having trouble with people, giving me feedback on this kind of thing, because it's on a weird level, So, but as far as my protection bubble, I'm like in incredible danger. At the same time, I'm the safest person on the planet. So I'm assuming that Will, or whatever his name is, wouldn't not have seen that explosion. It would have been far enough away. For some reason, he would have wandered off far enough for temporary swimming somewhere else while it went off, and he would have been safe and not even felt anything, or a little bit. And Lloyd, same with him, and where the bullets just riddle around his body and doesn't puncture him, except for he did get one in the leg, and I guess it wasn't that bad. He patched it up and still helped his other wounded man. That's memories. I remember in a paintball. One second. Last night I was talking with Brian, and he mentioned paint gun, and I was just going to say that I had experienced a little. That's a good way of experiencing combat without getting really hurt. I mean, nowhere hurt, but you can get a feel for just sort of the chaosness of it. I stuck my hand. I'm behind a barrier, and everybody's just going to town with their guns. I'm playing with the team workmates at GE. We all went on a break one day, and we're all shooting each other. I stuck my hand out, just my hand, just to get it with the gun to see, just a little bit to see what's going on. And it got struck. I mean, it was barely visible. Somebody picked it off. Now I think it hit right about right here, something like that. I mean, that would have been a bullet that would have shattered my wrist. And I mean, I barely stuck it out. I'm thinking, I mean, it's like that opening scene in Saving Private Ryan where, you know, you're pretty much a dead man. I mean, if you get through that barrier, that wave to get to the mountainside in that opening scene, I mean, you've pretty much been, you know, God has been on your side, because I mean, bullets are flying, and all it takes is one, you're down. And but if you want to experience a fairly real scenario of gunfire, paintball is the way. What else? During that episode that with GE, one of my co-workers is James Sarda. Anyways, he's during this battle, right, you're on teams and you sort of coordinate. Anyways, I decided to try a little bit of a try something which was essentially sort of go kamikaze, and I saw him behind a barrier. I saw James behind a barrier, so I just figured if I ran up, so I ran and just sort of dived over to behind his barrier, shot, just this run and just and the idea was to take him out and take over his barrier, right? Well, I shot him right in the eye, right in the goggles. I mean, had that been real, his head would have been blown off, pretty much. You should have seen the look on his face. I guarantee you, he'll never forget that. That was like, he's just thinking, what the hell is this guy roller doing, But I mean, this is what happens in combat. I mean, I doubt he's got like, PSD, what they call post-traumatic stress, but this is how it starts. I mean, you experience that kind of adrenaline kick, and they say that's how memories get instilled in you is the adrenaline. It makes the memory that much more vivid. And anyways, but I don't think it was that bad. It's just that he was shocked. I mean, he was like, "What in the heck has just gone on here?" And it was. You gotta try paintball sometime. I mean, it's interesting. It's pretty fun, but it brings a light to what actually happens in combat. Also, like you gotta try laser tag. Is not quite as real like as paintball, but it's actually, I don't know, it's pretty fun. I didn't even know about this. I was here for 4 years, and right my back door is this, right behind the roller skating rink in Burnsville is Game-O-Rama or something. I can't remember what the name of it, but it's got this laser tag. It is really high tech, and it's really fun as heck, man. And it's good for all ages. I mean, paintball's more for the older folks, but yeah, little kids can do this laser tag. It's strategy involved like you would in paintball, but you gotta check that out sometime if you haven't done it. It's really fun. So Brian was also telling me about he's just been through boot camp he's going to go to Iraq here soon. He's telling me, give me a little bit of information about the war and a little bit about talking about women in the military and stuff. So I will talk more about that on my Viewpoints of Women link. And I should maybe be putting this in on Friday's Chronicle, but I went out, showed Donna how to play poker, Texas Hold'em, and she caught on pretty good, did a pretty good job. She's a lady that doesn't really believe in God, but just accepts what I'm doing as some form of entertainment. She finds everything I do to be pretty funny, and she's just got a great sense of humor, and doesn't, and finds me very comfortable to be with. In other words, she's not in fear of me at all. She's very comfortable. It's just, I don't. It's like it took 4.5 years for me to actually have a friend who was a girl. Yeah, I mean, we talk. Okay, we talk once or twice a week and go out occasionally, and this hasn't occurred since I got divorced. This is where looks like there's a friendship here. Wow. I'm not even sure I have a guy that's a friend like that. I mean, like, we go out. Yeah, I don't even have a guy that I hang out with, to go out with, to poker or whatever. Or I just meet people at Nison's. It's kind of like friends. It's kind of like, not friends, but Cheers, where everybody knows your name, kind of like that, where you just meet people there and your friends there. But, yeah. So 4.5 years to find somebody to hang out with, actually, coordinate and go someplace together, I don't know what's with me. Got some kind of aura that prevents this, or I don't know. Trying to figure out I know what I'm talking about. What Donna has that the others don't. Donna is very easygoing. She's very open-minded about things. So that's maybe there's not many women out there like that. Also that night, that was at Burnsville Bowl, the 1200 Club. We played poker, and after the poker was over, we meet up with Mark and Jeff, and I don't know. Mark is quite interesting. I met this is the same guy that's on the link for Halloween 2008. He's talking a lot of crazy stuff. I'm talking crazy stuff, and he's coming back with some more crazy stuff. And it's kind of a crazy night. Anyways, makes for an entertaining night when you can just say anything and not get kicked out. Well, I mean, it wasn't that bad. It was just Anyways, this Burnsville Bowl is the place where they 86'd me, and so was chatting with Jason Willie. He's the guy that did it. Or anyway, I guess somehow I think stuff was getting made up. I think they were saying, I was getting hints that Jason was saying that I was saying some really like rude stuff, sexual rude stuff to the ladies there, and that's why I was 86. It wasn't so much that I was God. It wasn't this God thing, which is what I thought it was. It turned out I was making some kind of rude sexual advances. And this lady Katie, who looks like my Diana from Massachusetts, I hadn't seen her in like 4 years, so I believe she was one of the ladies that I somehow insulted. And like I said, I think things are getting made up, kind of similar to bumpers. Like I said, I wish I could get a video, because I'm pretty sure things were getting made up. I don't know. If I was saying any weird stuff, it was, of the godly stuff. It wasn't really like. Anyway, I was just like, no, you never know. But that's why I have this truth under oath, because you can always find out the truth by, if you can sign it, then it's a statement that says that I was being sexually rude to the ladies. Then that can be signed, and it's the truth. And right now, I don't have the video available yet to be able to do that. But in the meanwhile, there is the truth available and under oath to find out what happened. And I don't know. So yeah, I don't like it when I just don't see me being sexually that sexually rude, other than kidding around. I may have been kidding around in some fashion, and I don't know. They didn't say what it was. He didn't say what it was. But I thought it was because I said I was God, and that's why I was getting kicked out. So This was news to me. I forgot to mention at that church with talking with Lloyd. He's got a great sense of humor. Actually, both those guys I mentioned, those two vets, World War II vets, they both have a good sense of humor. And I don't know if that's part of the reason why. He had a good sense of humor before being a medic, and it's just and I think it was the reason why he invited me to the church. I talked to the minister, and I told him that I'm pretty sure that I'm Jesus or God, and it's kind of hard to say this to these ministers, but he's like, I think his name is Tim. Well, he says, well, you're welcome here anytime. So this is what I'm trying to find out. I know there's I call myself a Christian other. I know there's got to be churches out there, Christian churches out there that sort of believes in what I'm doing, believes my style. And there wasn't really talk. I was daydreaming a lot. I got to pay more attention. I wasn't sure whether I was being invited there to get crucified or what, but it appears to be that this place is accepting of me. I didn't really get. I met a Daryl. I think he was another minister there. Told him the same thing. I just, normally when you say these things to the minister, they say, excuse me, Chris, you see that cross over there against the wall? Yeah, we're gonna nail you to that right now. When I say, I'm Jesus or God, it's like that's the next statement, and or there's this look of exactly why are you here, or who invited you here, or it's not quite like that, like who invited you here? It's not like that. It's like, so how did you hear about this place? That's the same thing as, will you please get the hell out of here? But when you hear, well, you can come here anytime. Well, wow, maybe I have found a place. Maybe I have found a place, a church finally that can accept what I'm doing. Anyways, so I'll be going back there again, that's for sure. It's a Covenant Church in 102nd and Xerxes in Bloomington.